Okay, all right. Right out of the gate, my cat is going crazy. Okay, welcome guys. This is the live stream of Yousician, and my cat losing his mind. The live Yousician, the live Julian losing his mind stream. So if you guys haven't downloaded Yousician before. It's in the download link is in the description box. This stream is about the weekly challenges. So I'm gonna basically play those and break them down, and I'll just give a quick update of. I might talk about it a little bit later too as well. The Playing in the Park collab. So like I'd say 90% of it's done. I'm hoping to finish, get another marathon run of it this evening of editing. I have some filming to do of myself as well. But yeah, basically if I theoretically could show you guys the video right now, like the video itself as far as the actual playing, you guys actually in the video, that's done. So that's finished. A lot of work. Really, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. To be honest, and quite happy to have the bulk of the editing done as well. So that's coming along great. You guys look awesome, and it's coming soon. So bear with me. Just some finishing touches to finish that up. So. Anyway, yeah, I'm Alexis Yousician in the game Yousician, and this is all about figuring out how to play these songs. Let's go for the easy stuff. All right. Let's see here. Hold on one second. A little bit of a glitch there. Okay, let's see. Can't speak. Leaderboards. Yeah, not a great score, but I'll just say straight up that I'm out of it. So I'm out of practice. I really haven't played Yousician much. Actually, I haven't played much guitar at all. So everything today is going to be a little bit not great. Basically, it's not going to be a whole lot of fantastic playing today. So anyway, that one, fives, 5/4 time. Yeah, if you haven't done that, even though this is like a level 2, it's gonna be really, really hard to play. That is something that if you haven't listened to, you know, bands like Dream Theater or Tool, or even older stuff like Shakti or the Mahavishnu Orchestra, or King Crimson, or even Yes, or some Genesis stuff, where Pink Floyd, odd time signatures. This is part of a facet of prog. So prog rock or prog metal, this is sort of a signature of that style of music, where it's all about a lot of it is a big signature is the time signature. So 5/4, Rush, obviously, one of my favorite bands. Rush uses a lot of odd time signatures, so 5s, 7s, and then switching back and forth between odd time signatures lots is something that is, if you don't listen to this music, it's going to be very, very difficult in the sense that you're going to be playing, it's going to be very mathematical. You're going to have to sit there and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's not necessarily fun, obviously, but if you've never done it before, unfortunately, there's not much you can do other than A, count and get, you know, practice counting to 5s, or literally getting into that kind of music. And then even this one here, I'm just going to take it into practice mode here. Right out of the gate, we have offbeats. So if you're not used to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on beats, and now it's asking you to be doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and playing syncopation, that's pretty difficult. So despite this being a level 2, that's pretty tricky. Let's continue on. Okay.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
All right. Not great. 16th. So what do we got here? Hold on here. All right. So Mackler, who seems to be a recurring top contender. So as of late, and that name Zach Zoller, I don't even know how to pronounce that. James Nielsen, of course. Prince of Valium II. And the usual people. Yes. I love that I can see more people on the global list versus like top 12 or whatnot. Good old James. Hey, look at that, Mike. Mike played. Mike's been ill. Mike's been ill, and it's been a travesty. Especially in the Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, link is in the description box. Pretty funny people in there, so pretty cool. Not only that, you can learn lots of stuff. Lots of people ask questions, lots of people answer, so get on that in the description box. So, Sultans of Syncopation, basically, that's, the name of it is pretty much sums it up. Lots of ands, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and bouncing back and forth between on beats and off beats. This one's a pretty tough one, even for a level 7. And I've been so busy, like, this has just been a bad week for me, or a bad couple of weeks for me in the sense of having to work on this collab, all of the editing. It wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't for the fact that it's been a little bit sort of extra busy at work. So that was just bad timing as far as trying to get some things done here. But so some of these ones, like that one there, I pretty much didn't even look at at all. Usually I spend some time in practice mode with all of the songs just to make sure that I don't go into a stream and totally sucking and just spending too much time playing something, but I just didn't have time to really look at these songs at all, so that was pretty much a first run of that song there, and lots of silly mistakes. I think I'm going to take one more run at it. I think I can hear it in my head a little bit better, but yeah, this is a pretty tough challenge week. Let me try it again.
So if you want to join a club, I got the beats no matter
one section in the beginning.
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
I'm sort of glancing over at the stream. I see some a couple of names I don't recognize, so welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming, for your checking it out. Alright. A little bit better, that first one. I'll work on this one, so not too far off the high score there, but I'm not planning on playing this too many times. Again, there's the past few weeks they've been doing a lot of offbeat stuff, so if you're not familiar with offbeats, this is going to really challenge you. Okay, let's see how I do on this.
Let's give it another try,
shows
shall
you
we?
how tired I am. I'm like, what's going on? These aren't the right notes.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
If you, okay. Here's my little trick. Jubes, go over there. So, I don't know if you noticed, but basically that's, if you watch that last section there was a perfect example of me figuring things out as I'm going along. So, I didn't stop. This is something that is just years of experience. I didn't stop playing. So, Jubes, where are you? Wow. I didn't stop playing that, and I just didn't give up on it. And I was just basically I was organizing what the fingerings were, even though I didn't stop. So that's not something that I would expect anybody to do. That just shows you how long I've been playing. But just to put that in perspective, like I was really messing up that last section. But I was still figuring it out. I was still organizing and sort of learning on the fly what it's supposed to be. So just to prove that point, I'm going to play that last section, just that last section one more time. Okay, still not great.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
But you know, I improved my score in there, and that's just organizing. Again, that's half of what I'm doing when I'm learning this stuff is I'm trying to organize what the fingerings are. So the more you can organize what you're actually trying to play, the faster that you're going to learn it. Obviously, you guys, I wouldn't suggest trying to do that while you're playing. If you know, you can try it, but you know, there's no shame in going into practice mode and sorting what that is. So this is one of those what I call a 1-3 lick, where it's all about those two fingers, your first finger and your third finger. I like to use my pinky on some of the stuff, so that's a bit of an exception. So, but most people are just going to use their first and third finger. So I think of it as these two pockets of notes. So we have third finger, first finger, open. So there's that 1-3 thing again. And then you just quickly shift to, it's just those two fingers over and over again. Again, I like to use my fourth finger on that one, so that's a little bit different. Okay. Hey, Prince Valium decided to show up. Awesome. But he's going to bed, so good night to the Prince. Thanks for coming out. Maybe next time you'll be able, well, I guess it's late for you, so maybe you won't be able to watch the whole thing next time. So, but thanks for coming anyway and checking us out. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to try another run of this. What's really weird is I gave Julian treats and he just didn't even, like, go for it. That's not normal. So...
almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Okay, that was better. There you go, we finally figured it out. Okay. Okay, better score. Not fabulous, but slowly moving up. I will spend some more time on that, hopefully. That's half the other, bleh. That's the other reason why I want to get this collab done, so I can actually put some time back into playing this game. Just too busy. All right, and the monster song, level 13. I'm sure I will screw tons of this up. I sat down and practiced this a little bit, but really didn't practice a whole lot. You know, I had a really good run of it, but even so, it's just it's a tough one. So I'll break this down. I'll do one run just to re-familiarize myself with this one, just because it's not in my head right now, and then I'll break it down. I just know he's going to come up here, so I'm going to move the keyboard now. Maybe not. I'll do it anyway, because that way I can just ignore him. There we go. Okay. Bleh.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Coco. 420 Coco. Apparently Coco likes the herb. Anyway, James, of course. Jonathan Reichert. Blah, 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 blah. Stop it. Rogue. Funny Jumbo. Haven't heard that one before. Craig. And sound list. Yeah. So, let me get rid of that music. Let me explain some things. So, Dudesmuck mentioned something. Inexplicably better at higher levels. So that's not... there's something going on here, so I need to explain what's happening. There's certain parts of this that are actually easier for me to do than the easy parts. Right here. Here comes Julian. This guy is... Hello, Jubes. You're driving me crazy. Yeah, that's great, Jubes. You're kind of interrupting something. So I'm going to have to purge you from my desk. Because... that's great, right? That's fabulous. You're knocking stuff over here. Okay. That's all great, Julian, but it's like I give him treats. I don't know. I don't know why he's going crazy. This part here, I'm essentially going on autopilot. I've practiced exercises, so many scale exercises, that I don't have to think about this. If you look at the previous part, I'd be messing things up, right? I'll be messing this part here, which looks much easier. So we have... I'd be messing things up like that just because it's memory of the rhythm that's harder. As soon as I get to this part here, which looks harder, I can just go, hey, scales and muscle memory, take over, and I don't have to think about it. So a lot of the times these parts are actually easier for me to play. So, yeah, so a lot of the difficult parts of this song is just my brain taking over. There's another one, or is it here? Here, this one's pretty easy when I'm on. So to me, it's just like finger patterns. I'm not really thinking too hard. And then, where is it here? That one. To me, this is an exercise. It's 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. So some of these licks are really, really dependent on how much you've practiced concepts before. And if you practice those concepts like 1, 2, 3, 4 exercises, this is pretty easy. Okay. Yep. Are you done, Jubes? Okay. Yeah, where am I here? I think there's another one. Okay, here we go. Another pattern-based lick. So this is... and then you just take it to the next string. So I've practiced that pattern lots. And then to end it off is another pattern. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, it is all about the exercises. So this song is almost like, taking the exercise concepts that you hopefully have practiced and then just throwing them into the song. So let me do this section here. Actually, let me talk about that. So this is sequencing. So it's groups of threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if you look here, 3 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then it switches sequencing to fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you've practiced that, this is fairly easy. I'm not really doing it very well, but I understand the concept. And then this part here. Here is a perfect example of learning someone's style. I'm pretty sure this was James that did this one. He has one of the highest scores on this one, so I would presume he did. And I'm starting to learn some of his licks. And everybody has patterns. You could take a recording of me and totally go, hey, this is an Alexis thing that he does. This is a lick that just, he might not play it exactly this way, but it's a thing that he likes to do, and it's a cool lick. So I'm starting to sort of learn his style, which is making learning the weekly challenges for me a little bit easier, because I don't have to go look at it and break it down too much, because it's a pattern that I'm sort of familiar with now. So let me try this one. Okay, so I'm flubbing it, but, you know, you get the point. Or maybe you don't. So what else is there? And then it's the rest of it is mostly melodic stuff. So I am going to play one more run of this, and it's probably not going to be very good, because I'm just not with it today, but we'll see how it goes. Alright. Better. Not great.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Probably didn't improve my score. Yeah, I don't think I did anything there. So anyway, I will be working on that a lot more, and all of these songs a lot more throughout the week. Let's try bass. All right. Okay, a lot of the same concepts here. Offbeats, lots and lots and lots of offbeats. I didn't spend too much time on this one. Still haven't gold starred it. So, more lousy playing for you.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Alright. So, really not much to say of this one other than it's more of the same. A lot of string skipping though, so that might be something that might be difficult in the sense of, especially that, you know, that last part, that that whole thing, that it's a little bit awkward. I'm not very good in string skipping with my I and M on bass anyway. So, but yeah, other than that, most of the same concepts, offbeats, offbeats, offbeats. But other than that, I want to try one more run, see if I can get a better one. Maybe. I don't know. Well, at least he's gonna, you know, that's almost doable. You can't really see my right hand. That's almost doable. Let's see here. Yeah, you can sort of see what I'm playing. Let's try that again. No, I don't want to write the song. Meow. Yeah, all right, wait. Who do we got here? TK Lingo, of course. James, of course. Zach Solar, of course. Don't know that guy. Simon Becky or something. Nice pig. Dude Smunk, still ahead of me there, buddy. Beartitude. Rogue. Hey, Grey Rock. Awesome. Anyway. Yep. So not threatening anyone's scores yet. Alright. This one here. 5. 5s are probably my 5-4 is probably my favorite time signature. It's just cool.
Something to wrap my mind around. I got my toes on me.
Okay, better score, but
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
that's great. That's great, Julian. That's fabulous. Wow. Okay. Lie down, or that's better. Okay. TK Linga, James. It's basically identical. Lassel. I don't know how I would pronounce that. Yeah. A lot of the same people on the other song, so I don't think I will be beating anybody today, so I think I will flip back to my electric. So that one's I'm actually surprised that's a level 9, because I don't think, well, that's hard to say. That one's a toss-up as far as the difficulty level, because it's not really super difficult, but at the same time it's 5-4, so if you haven't done 5-4, that's kind of hard. Let me switch. I'm gonna have to purge you, Julian, because this is getting ridiculous. So I need to check what are some things that I didn't cover. Yeah, I want to do some workouts. The two probably things that I would probably take a look at would be the scales and the arpeggio sections. So let's take a look here. I'm not gonna do super high level, but even the lower or mid-level stuff, it's still good stuff to practice in the sense of memorizing patterns. Tons of pentatonic stuff. But in my opinion, pentatonic stuff tends to be beaten to death. So majors and minors are something that you should spend a lot of time with. Anyway, let's see here. I've played this, but I don't remember it at all. It's been ages since I played this one, so we'll see. Okay, so let me explain what's happening here and why I made that mistake. This is sort of the catch-22 of finger patterns. My brain sort of, I'm going to flip this here. My brain overrided what was actually on screen in the sense that I didn't play that 7-8-10, I just went 7-8. My brain and the muscle memory, that's how I know that pattern. Is that it stops at the 8th fret with your second finger. So my fingers just sort of went, yep, that's it, you're done, you don't have to play anything more, even though on screen, clearly that's not the last note. So that's sort of the catch-22 of muscle memory versus reading what's on screen. It's really, you have to be able to flip-flop back and forth to be able to read what's there, as well as, you know, rely on muscle memory. So that made me make a mistake. But this is a perfect example where finger patterns, this exercise is teaching you finger patterns. So left hand, it's identical for both places until the first and second strings. So 2 2 2 4 1 2 4 1 3 4 1 3 4. So that's exactly the same as okay, so this is sort of this is a pretty good one to work on, and then it's just going to move. Basically, the whole thing is those two patterns, those two finger patterns. So once you get that into your head, it becomes a lot easier because you're just starting at different places. You're not really thinking, oh no, this is a new set of notes. You're just thinking of playing that same identical finger pattern in a different place. So this here, your left hand is doing exactly the same thing. This is exactly the same as the first pattern, starting on a different fret. So 2 4 1 2 2 4 1 2 4 1 3 4 1 3 4, etc. So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you get the point. So that's a really good exercise for the context of, ties in perfectly with what I was talking about earlier about finger patterns. So arpeggios. Arpeggios are much the same thing in the sense of that concept of patterns and being able to move them around. So when I'm learning some of these harder level songs, my brain is essentially going into this mode of pattern recognition, and that's how I'm able to learn things quickly. The more patterns that you know ahead of time, the faster you're going to be able to learn all this stuff. So this one here, same thing. I'm not even looking at this. I already know what it is. So I'm not crazy about this pattern. It's a little bit, I don't really use it personally. I can play it and I know it, but I don't necessarily have this in my repertoire as far as playing things. So I just find it a bit of an awkward pattern. Obviously, other people won't, and you might not. I wouldn't play it this way. In fact, I have my own pattern and my own fingering of doing this. So it will be exactly the same notes, but I rearrange the notes in different places. So while this says 6th string to the 5th string, I won't play it that way. I'll do the first two notes, 6th string, 6th string. And why? Because you can turn it into a sweep. So, and I tend to sweep pick most arpeggios. So I would actually tend to play it that way. Whoops. So I'm playing it the way it's written, just for the sake of, I guess I should read what's actually on screen. I would do that pattern. There's a sweet pattern. I'd probably do that pattern too. Yeah, some of these I would do, but even if I tend to, when I'm doing Yousician, I tend to do whatever patterns that it says there. I try not to cheat and do different things. So anyway, that's something that you should sort of, make a program of, go to whatever level or whatever mission. This is sort of what I would do with Yousician, is I would develop a program of spending some time on whatever mission that you're currently on, spending some time on at least those two, whatever, I would say at least two of these sections, either preferably three, which would be, either the cowboy chords or the finger picking, which really is focusing on chords, scales, and then the arpeggios. Do those sections. At least do one exercise and then finish off with the weekly challenge. That's sort of how I would develop a program within Yousician of getting as much out of it as possible. So just to repeat, I would do a mission, spend some time on that, and then at least do one exercise out of 2 to 3 sections in the workouts. Say it's one scale exercise, one arpeggio exercise, and maybe finger picking or cowboy chord ones, depending on which one you're into, and then go in and then do your challenges as the final thing. So that's what I would suggest. And then the last thing is I want to talk about the uploads feature, which kind of drives me crazy. Let's see, did I rate this one? Yeah, I rated it a 2. That one's not too bad because it actually has music. So the thing that drives me crazy about the uploads is there's a lot of lousy ones, and that the rating feature is great in the sense that you can downvote stuff, because there are some pretty bad uploads, and that part of that is because I rated that as a 1, and let's see why. Part of that is because people just don't here, like, what is this? I have no idea what's going on here as far as rhythm. Well, I do. I mean, I gold starred it. But if you're learning, there's no sound. One of the most, what is music? Music it's something you hear. So the fact that there is absolutely zero sound for this, there's not even a click track, and also bang, you're like, how are you supposed to get that first note? This is a perfect example of how it's just a poor upload, in the sense of you can't play that first note right away. There's no click. You need you need a count in, or a pre-roll as it's called, to be able to play songs. So this is something that it's partly due to people just upload something, they don't think twice about it, but it's also partly due to the fact that the upload feature is still in the process of maturing. It's not where it needs to be yet. They implement something a little bit more, and it gets better and better and better and better. But the best way to do it is to have an audio track. So if you go into the add song feature, I don't even know if I'm just gonna pick something here. Here's a perfect example of, I don't know if you can see this on screen. Can you see my when I select that? I don't know if that is actually on your screen as far as me being able to select a file. But anyway, let's just say I select something. It doesn't really matter what it is, does it? No. Let's just pick this. So here's one of my personal exercises. The best way, if you look up here, it says enter background track URL. That's the best way to do an upload, because then you'll actually have something to play along with. So I actually make my backing tracks with, I actually record, or sometimes I record them, sometimes I do it from Guitar Pro. So I just upload to either, you can upload to Dropbox, or you can upload to SoundCloud. I've been doing to SoundCloud, but I don't want to do that anymore, because it's just exercises. So I'm just going to make it a little bit more private, in the sense of on a Dropbox link. So I'll show you an example here of what, well, yeah, there you go. So here's two of the I'm not going to do all of this. 2 of the recent exercises that I've uploaded. So there's going to be a count in or a pre-roll. I haven't even finished this one. To enable, it's just like 3, 4. So it's just like musician songs in the sense of you have time to prepare, and you have a click track, and you have you know, the lead track there, so you can hear what you're supposed to be playing. So this is an example of, and there's other ones. I'm not the only one that's done this. Aaron Roop has some, and lots of other people have uploaded some good, you know, quality uploads, in the sense that everything that you'd want in it is there. There's a pre-roll, there's the lead track, and there's some kind of drums or metronome to help you stay in time. So I'm not going to do the whole thing. Whoops. Blah. Wow, I'm just not there. Sounds kind of crappy with the mic picking up. Kind of picking up that. So yeah, so that's my plea out to everybody out there doing uploads is please have a pre-roll. It will make the community of uploads much better, and it will make people, you know, want to play your uploads a lot more. And it's just it helps the game, it helps everything, it helps everyone in the context of people will appreciate what the uploads are a lot more. So let's see here. I think I'll just wrap this up with I don't know, let's see here. Let's take a look at one of my new favorites, which is not gonna surprise anybody, which is it's Mr. Fastfinger thing. He just has some awesome uploads here, some awesome songs. Actually, I want to check Son of Lost Word whether or not they fixed the leaderboards or not, because this one, nope. I still have this impossible score. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so I have an impossible score in... Here's my plea to musician devs. As much as I like having a score that is basically unbeatable, it's unfair. So I can't... This is not a real score. So I'll play through it. And this is a ridiculously difficult song. Whoops. And I you know, I don't know if I'll ever gold star this, just because it's really right hand down picking intensive. And I haven't played it in ages. Okay, that was actually a pretty good run.
Are you sure your guitar is in tune?
Let's take a look at my scores. So it's like 140, 6400. Let's see if my score actually bumps up, because sometimes it does. Okay, no, it's maxed out. But still, that's the best I could do today, and my score is twice as high. So that just shows you how ridiculously broken that scoreboard is. So anyway, that's not even the song that I wanted to play. I just got sidetracked. Where are we here? Whoops. In it, maybe it's not in this section here. I think. Oh, wait. Nope. It's a rhythm one, I'm pretty sure. This one, I think. This one's ridiculous. Maybe one of these days when I actually can practice, once this whole editing thing is done and over with, I can actually get back to playing this game normally. Here we go. This is probably going to suck. Okay, that sucked. But not surprised.
I'm sure you can do better.
Oh, I'm sure I could too. So, not a whole lot of people play this one. I'm sure. Why? Because it's brutal. It's brutal. Brutally, ridiculously hard. I haven't even tried the lead, and I'm kind of reluctant to do so. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Look at that, somebody's already beat me. Julian is just determined to get his face his face is gonna be like right in the, no, not quite. But he's determined to just mess up this whole, that's great. Okay. I think this is a sign that maybe this is about as good as this stream is going to get. So I think I will wrap this up, as Julian has pretty much decided that it's over. So anyway, hello, Julian's hair, Julian's fur, back of his head, basically. Yeah, I think I covered everything. Didn't I cover everything? I don't know. I'm sort of a little bit out of it today, so I apologize for that. And I probably should be getting back to editing anyway. I really, really, really want to finish this one, the collab, because it's just looking pretty stinking cool. I did credit roll last night, so basically I had all the credits for everybody that entered. Submitted a video entry, and so all your names, all of your, I put Yousician tags, so I hope that's okay with you guys, versus your real names, all of your Yousician handles in the game there, and there's really not a lot left for me to do, but it's gonna be time consuming. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up because Julian's head basically says it's time to stop. And I'm pretty tired as well. If that wasn't obvious, I wasn't really playing super well today. So, Scarborough Fair. Alright, that'll be the last thing I'll do. I'm going to play Scarborough Fair, and then I'll wrap this up. So, I will use my acoustic pickup, and we'll see how's that get. Actually, okay, fine. Let's see here. I'm going to grab, I'll grab my acoustics. If you can hold on for 2 seconds, I'll grab that. I'll just grab my nylon string, and I'll play my nylon string, and then we'll see how that happens. Give me a second. Okay, I've never actually done any playing through the mic with an acoustic, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. Hopefully Julian's meowing doesn't mess it up. Ha! Actually, this won't... Hold on one sec. This won't work through the mic. I just realized that. I would have to actually change settings. Let's try that. I don't even know if it's going to work But let's try. There we go. There we go. Nope, I guess I'll have to do a search for it again. There we go. How many times am I going to say, here you go, here we go? I don't know, too many times. I think I can gold star this. Let's try that again. For some reason my keyboard isn't working. Too loud, so I will turn that down just to rule out any funny stuff. Oh no. working. Julian, you're driving me crazy. So, anyway. This is the last try, and if it doesn't happen, that's it. This is the last try, and if it doesn't happen, forget it. Okay, so
Almost perfect.
not a gold
Next
star,
time, you'll
but
nail it.
you get the point. That was just silly mistakes, and just me being distracted by Julian and tired. But it's doable. Slightly unfair. Why did I do that one? So, did that one because a lot of people have problems with this one. It's doable, but I'm on a really... This is an unfair comparison in the sense that I'm using, you know, a $500 microphone into a whole bunch of pretty good gear. Of course, it's going to have pretty good detection for me. It's a pretty good mic. So, yeah, anyway, that pretty much wraps it up. I think I'm going to wrap up this one here. I'm probably going to sleep some more and then get back to editing this evening. I hope to get, like, 90% of this stuff done by tonight. That's what I'm hoping. Anyway, and to be able to release this thing, I'm shooting for Wednesday. I really want to get this done. I really want you guys to see this playing in the park. Anyway, thanks for coming, guys. Sorry for me not being on point, but I think the playing in the park video will show what I've been up to, and will hopefully you'll appreciate the work that I put into it. I think it's pretty cool already. Yeah, if you haven't downloaded Yousician, there's a link in the description box. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, there's also a link for that as well. If you haven't checked out my Patreon, there's a link for that as well. Surprise, surprise, in the description box. It'd be great if you guys can become a patron. I don't know if I should apologize or be thankful that Julian was so crazy today, because it was pretty entertaining. But he was, wow, right from the start, just interrupting. Yeah. So, yeah, the Playing in the Park video will be out soon, I promise. I have tonight and tomorrow off from work, so I'm gonna try to bust my ass to get that totally wrapped up. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the Facebook group chat, and thanks for coming, guys. We'll see you next Sunday, and I will be giving you updates on when the collab video is going to release. Alright, thanks a lot, guys. See you next week.